5. And now once more look to him and be lightened. See, there he sits in heaven. He has led captivity captive, and now sits at the right hand of God, for ever making intercession for us. Can your faith picture him today? Like a great high priest of old, he stands with outstretched arms. There is majesty in his mien, for he is no mean cringing supplicant. He does not beat his breast, nor cast his eyes upon the ground, but with authority he pleads, enthroned in glory now. There on his head is the bright shining mitre of his priesthood, and look you, on his breast are glittering the precious stones whereon the names of his elect are everlastingly engraved. Hear him as he pleads. Hear you not what it is? It is your prayer that he is mentioning before the throne. The prayer that this morning you offered ere you came to the house of God, Christ is now offering before his Father's throne. The vow which just now you uttered when you said, "Have pity and have mercy," he is now uttering there. He is the altar and the priest, and with his own sacrifice he perfumes our prayers. And yet, mayhap, you have been at prayer many a day and had no answer. Poor weeping supplicant, thou hast sought the Lord, and he has not heard thee, or at least not answered thee to thy soul's delight. Thou hast cried unto him, but the heavens have been as brass, and he hath shut out thy prayer. Thou art full of darkness and heaviness on account of this. Look to him, and be lightened. If thou dost not succeed, he will. If thy intercession be unnoticed, his cannot be passed away. If thy prayers can be like water spilt on a rock which cannot be gathered up, yet his prayers are not like that. He is God's Son. He pleads and must prevail. God cannot refuse his own Son what he now asks. He who once brought mercies with his blood. Oh, be of good cheer, continue still thy supplication. Look unto him, and be lightened. 6. In the last place, there are some of you here, weary with this world's din and clamour, and with this world's iniquity and vice. You have been striving all your life long to put an end to the reign of sin, and it seems as if your efforts have been fruitless. The pillars of hell stand as fast as ever, and the black palace of evil is not laid in ruins. You have brought against it all the battering rams of prayer, and the might of God, you have thought. And yet the world still sins. Its rivers still roll with blood. Its plains are still defiled with the lascivious dance, and its ear is still polluted with the filthy song and profane oath. God is not honoured. Man is still vile. And perhaps you are saying, "It is vain for us to fight on. We have undertaken a task which cannot be accomplished. The kingdoms of this world never can become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ." But, Christian, look unto him, and be lightened. Lo, he cometh, he cometh, he cometh quickly, and what we cannot do in 6,000 years, he can do in an instant. Lo, he comes to reign. We may try to build his throne, but we shall not accomplish it. But when he comes, he shall build his throne himself on solid pillars of light, and sit and judge in Jerusalem amidst his saints gloriously. Perhaps today, the hour we are assembled, Christ may come. For of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels in heaven. Jesus Christ may, while I yet speak, appear in the clouds of glory. We have no reason to be guessing at the time of his appearing. He will come as a thief in the night, and whether it shall be at cock-crowing, or broad day, or at midnight, we are not allowed to guess. It is left entirely in the dark, and vain are the prophecies of men, vain your apocalyptic sketches, or aught of that. No man knoweth anything of it, except that it is certain he will come. But when he comes, no spirit in heaven or on earth should pretend to know. Oh, it is my joyous hope that he may come whilst yet I live. Perhaps there may be some of us here who shall be alive, and remain at the coming of the Son of Man. Oh, glorious hope! We shall have to sleep, but we shall all be changed. He may come now, and we that are alive and remain shall be caught up together with the Lord in the air, and so shall be for ever with him. But if you die, Christian, this is your hope: I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And this is to be your duty. Watch therefore, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Or will I not work on, for Christ is at the door? Or will I not give up toiling never so hard, for my Master cometh, and his reward is with him, and his work before him, giving unto every man according as his work shall be? Oh, I will not lie down in despair, for the trump is sounding now. Methinks I hear the trampling of the conquering legion. The last of God's mighty heroes are even now, perhaps, born into the world. The hour of this revival is the hour of the turning of the battle. Thick has been the fight, and hot and furious the struggle. But the trump of the conqueror is beginning to sound. The angel is lifting it now to his lips. The first blast has been heard across the sea, and we shall hear it yet again. Or if we hear it not in these our days, yet still it is our hope. He comes, and every eye shall see him, and they that have crucified him shall weep and wail before him, but the righteous shall rejoice, and shall magnify him exceedingly. They looked unto him, and were lightened. I remember I concluded preaching at Exeter Hall with these 3 words: Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I think I will conclude my sermon of this morning with the same words, but not till I have spoken to one poor forlorn soul who is standing over there, wondering whether there is mercy for him. He says, "It is well enough, sir, to say, 'Look to Jesus,' but suppose you cannot look? If your eye is blind, what then? Oh, my poor brother, turn your restless eyeballs to the cross, and that light which gives light to them that see shall give eyesight to them that are blind. Oh, if thou canst not believe this morning, look and consider and weigh the matter, and in weighing and reflecting thou shalt be helped to believe. He asks nothing of thee. He bids thee now believe that he died for thee. If today thou feelest thyself a lost, guilty sinner, all he asks is that thou wouldest believe on him, that is to say, trust him, confide in him. Is it not little he asks? And yet it is more than any of us are prepared to give, except the Spirit hath made us willing. Come, cast yourself upon him, fall flat on his promise, sink or swim, confide in him, and you cannot guess the joy that you shall feel in that one instant that you believe on him. Were there not some of you impressed last Sabbath day, and you have been anxious all the week? Oh, I hope I have brought a good message to you this morning for your comfort. Look unto me, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, saith Christ. For I am God, and beside me there is none else. Look ye now, and looking ye shall live. May every blessing rest upon you, and may each go away to think of that one person whom we love, even Jesus. Jesus, Jesus.